Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This week is a very small week after last week's Detective Comics extravaganza, but as always there's lots of great books to talk about. Gonna start with the Marvel guys because this is War of Realms #1. In your especially cool wraparound A cover, there's literally like 18 to 25 other covers to choose from. This is your new big Marvel event, spinning out of Thor and Avengers and all the other great stuff going on with the Marvel guys these days. Super looking forward to that. Really great cover art there. This is your latest issue of Immortal Hulk. I hope this one's already on your list. I hope you're waiting outside to get in for this one, because there is no book in comics hotter than Immortal Hulk right now. Every issue is selling out. The trade paperbacks are selling out. This book's just crazy hot. So get into your shop real quick, pick up this one. If they've got a copy of the trade paperbacks, grab those to get the gist of the book. Been talking about this one for a little while. It's a really cool sort of horror angle, new take on the original version of Incredible Hulk. Really, really great stuff. Great covers too. Fun book. Been saying it's a great time to be an X-Men fan. This is your latest issue of Uncanny. Scott and Wolverine are getting the band back together. This book's been really great from the beginning, especially great since issue number 11. Like I say, just kind of glad to see Uncanny X-Men back at the top of comics where it should be. That one. Prisoner X is your Age of X-Man book. A lot of this Age of X-Man stuff going on. Again, spinning out of Uncanny from number 10 and from the annual. Check out all the different titles. Find the one that's right for you. It's all pretty solid and pretty interesting if you're an X-Men fan. Major X. It's another new X title. This one promises a big reveal. This book has already sold out and gone to reprint. So again, you're going to want to get in your shop today and pick up this one. And a great week for the Spider guys too. This is the return of one of my all-time favorite titles, Marvel Team Up. Marvel Team Up ran back in the day when I was a kid, and it was Spidey teaming up with all your favorite characters from the Marvel Universe. They're getting it started once again. This one is a flip book. 2 Miss Marvel stories. Like I say, I love me some Marvel Team Up. Love any opportunity to see Marvel expand the visuals on all their other sort of B characters. Great stuff. Amazing Spider-Man. Much like Uncanny X-Men, kind of getting back to the top of comics where it should be. This one continues the Hunted storyline with Kraven the Hunter. Everybody loves Kraven. Everybody loves Amazing Spider-Man. Everybody loves Spider-Gwen. One of the hottest characters to come along in a long time, especially since the Spider-Verse movie. I know this one's probably on your list. Spider-Gwen doesn't need much help from me. Seemed like everybody at WonderCon was dressed like either Spider-Gwen or this guy, Miles Morales, on the cover of Champions. Another fun book, another great title. Avengers No Road Home continues the weekly assault of the Avengers books. Love me some A-Team. Been really digging this weekly title. Kind of following up from the No Surrender stuff that gave us the Immortal Hulk. Nice, see how I wrapped that back around there. That and Captain America, my all-time favorite comic. You know I'm a big Captain America fan. Been loving this book since the restart of #1. Great covers on this one as well. Deadpool. And Deadpool on the cover of Domino Hot Shots are your Deadpool books for the week. And The Punisher, along with Cosmic Ghost Rider, are your dark sides of the Marvel Universe. And then Conan the Barbarian. Been talking up some Conan, some Savage Sword of Conan, some Age of Conan. They got him back from Dark Horse Comics and they're just exploding Conan all over the place. Good to see the Barbarian back at Marvel. And Star Wars. Been encouraging you guys to jump in on all the cool Star Wars stuff that Marvel has been doing. This is the core title. They also have a Darth Vader, Dr. Aphra, and some floating mini-series like Solo, A Star Wars Story. This is your last issue of this one. Got the other 6 in stock so you can read the whole movie adaptation. I'm a big fan of the movie, so I was happy to see them do the adaptation. Been liking the comics too. Good week for the Marvel guys. Very, very small week for DC. Probably the smallest DC week I've seen in a long time. Again, mostly because of the Detective Comics extravaganza last week. But this is your latest issue of Green Lantern. One of my favorite new comics rolling out right now. Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp. You love Grant Morrison, you love Liam Sharp. If you don't know much about Liam Sharp, you gotta check this book out because the art in this is amazing. If you're a Green Lantern fan like me, or if you're a sci-fi fan like me, if you just love great stories and great art like I do and like most comic book people do, you gotta get up on Green Lantern. Grab that first issue to see what all the buzz is about, or just catch up to the latest one. It will not disappoint. Really, really great title right now. Along with Justice League, one of the biggest and best comics out there these days. One of the biggest and best comics DC does. This is what the title should always be. Big heroes, big villains, universe-shattering events. Great, great stuff going on in Justice League. Again, I know this one's probably already on your list already. Doesn't need much hype from me. But if for some reason you've let this one get away from you, get back in because Justice League is really awesome. Adventures of the Super Sons is your super book for the week. Another red hot title. Everybody's loving Damian. Good stuff. And Harley Quinn is kind of your only Bat book. If this counts as a Bat book, it really might count more as a Suicide Squad book. This is your latest issue of Suicide Squad Black Files. Good stuff. Female Furies rounds out your DC books for the week, but there's always more DC to talk about, like Young Justice. That's your Wonder Comics book of the week. A lot of talk down at WonderCon about these Wonder Comics books like this one and Naomi and all the other stuff they've got rolling out. And The Dreaming is your Neil Gaiman Sandman Vertigo book of the week. Always encouraging you guys to have a Vertigo book on your list, and all this Sandman stuff is a great place to start. There's a sampler with all the different ones out there if you haven't been following along, but it's getting hotter and hotter and bigger, more and more people talking about this stuff all the time, so jump into this one and see what all the buzz is about. And a great week for all the other guys. Love me some Dark Horse Comics. Love me some Black Hammer from Jeff Lemire. This is going to be your next big TV series explosion. Not really sure what platform this is on, but Black Hammer is really awesome. This is like the third or fourth book spinning out from the main title. Grab that first trade paperback to see what goes on in this one. Get to know Black Hammer before it's all over TV. And Girl in the Bay is your other Dark Horse book of the week. This is your Burger book of the week. Been talking up a lot of these Burger books, like Mata Hari and She Could Fly and all the other good stuff that she's got coming out from Dark Horse these days. And a good week for Image, as always. This is Walking Dead. It's your latest issue of Walking Dead, the biggest book Image has, one of the biggest books in comics. I know most of you read it in trade paperback, but I'm always encouraging you trade folks to catch up on the periodicals, because periodicals are just more fun and exciting than the big collections. Paper Girls is one of their more modern hits. This one's all the way to issue 27. If you don't know much about Paper Girls, you're going to want to get up on this one. Again, grab the first issue reprint that's just $1, or grab that trade paperback and jump right in. Everybody's loving Paper Girls these days. And Section 0 is your first issue Gotta Have It Image book of the week, because there's always a first issue Gotta Have It Image book of the week. Fun stuff. $6 Million Man. It's one of my Dynamite books of the week because I love me some Steve Austin, the Bionic Man. If you're 100 years old like me, you love some Lee Majors, you love some $6 Million Man. I'm always talking up the great job Dynamite does with all their licensed stuff like this one. And Red Sonja. This is your especially cool photo cover to Red Sonja. Like I say, always talking up Dynamite because they do a great job with their stuff, keeping their characters in their original universes, but also making them more modern and interesting to the modern reader. Love me some Barbarian action. Love me when Conan and Red Sonja come out in the same week. That's always fun. Magic the Gathering is my IDW book of the week because Magic the Gathering isn't just a collectible card game. It's also an especially cool universe with characters with swords lopping off people's heads. Speaking of Barbarian action, Betty and Veronica is my Archie book of the week. You know I've been talking up Archie like crazy. The great job they've been doing with their more PG-13 line, I guess I'd say. They're not all ages line with Archie, Betty and Veronica, kind of an updated version of their classic stuff, going along with the amazing job they're doing with all their horror books like Afterlife and Sabrina and all that good stuff. Everybody should be checking out all the great stuff that Archie's doing these days. And Fathom from Aspen Comics. Took the opportunity down at WonderCon to thank the nice folks at Aspen for keeping Michael Turner's dream alive. Love me some Michael Turner, love me some Aspen Comics. Robotech is your Titan book of the week because you guys love some giant robots. Everybody loves the Robotech. And Jim Henson's The Storyteller is my Archaea book of the week, if I'm saying that right. Around here we love some Jim Henson, we love some Storyteller. We love the great job they're doing with this one and Labyrinth. Good stuff. Always nice to see the Henson verse back in comics. And a great week for all ages guys too. Betty and Veronica, just to show you that yes, Archie is still doing their all ages stuff along with all the other really cool stuff that they've got going on. Just to refer back to all the other things that I just said about Archie Comics. Everybody should have an Archie book on their list. Love me some Dan Parent. Black Panther from IDW. IDW is doing a whole line of Marvel action books for the all ages readers. Love me some Black Panther. Everybody loves some Black Panther. So if you got a little one in your life or just looking for something lighter, something a little more fun, pick that one up. But Marvel is also continuing their own all ages line. This is the Marvel Superheroes line for maybe even younger readers than the Marvel action stuff. Always encouraging you folks to have a all ages book on your list because all the different publishers do a great job with that kind of stuff. And Uncle Scrooge rounds out my all ages stuff and rounds out the books for this week. Everybody loves some Uncle Scrooge. Always great to see the Disney characters back in comics. Like I say, not a huge week, but lots and lots of great stuff. If you're looking for a couple extra books for this week, you can grab a different copy of Detective Comics 1000. Still got a few of the many covers that they came out with from last week. And of course, we've got all the stash from WonderCon up on the wall. We had all those great detectives last week. Still got a few of those left if you wanted to pick up a couple of those. And of course, we got the whole wall done up and all the great stuff that we brought back from Anaheim. So make sure you check out all this stuff when you get in too. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at black-cat-comics.com. Check out the Facebook page. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out the podcast at soundcloud.com. Just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar in Rock and Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.